Pulp MX Network production.
Welcome to the Troy Lee Designs and Racetech Suspension and Engines Blair Matthes Project.
Welcome, everybody, to another edition of the Troy Lee Designs Racetech Blair Matthes Project. Thank you for watching and listening. Appreciate it. Numbers are great. People are loving it, and people are saving with Troy Lee Designs as well. Email us using a contact form on Pulp MX. We'll pass that on to you, a savings at Troy Lee Designs, whether it's mountain bike gear, whether it's moto gear. Of course, Troy Lee Designs Ducati coming next year. Might be something exciting for this show as well, based around that. So stay tuned. Thank you to Troy Lee Design since 1981 when Troy started pinstriping helmets. Then he made visors. Then he painted Magoo's helmet. Then RJ stuff. And it went on and on from there. We'll send you a code of using the contact form on Pulp to save. TroyLeeDesigns.com, pushing the limits. Great helmets, great gear, mountain bike stuff as well. Thank you to Racetech for all that they do for us. Service centers all across America. They got that patented gold valve. And also they have their seminars coming up, their motor seminars, their suspension seminars in November. The information's on racetech.com. A lot of people that got started in the industry seriously took these suspension or motor seminars from the guys at Racetech. They give you all the secrets. They get you started. And if you want a career in the industry, on a factory team or privateer team, you can start with the Racetech guys at these seminars. So please check that out. Thank you to those guys for making this show happen. It really wouldn't without them. Zool Seat Concepts, Max's Decal Works, Stomp Grip, A-Stars, ASV Levers, and Firepower all on board with us. We have our producer, Callan Brower, a.k.a. The Fraud, helping us out. But I'm Steve Matthes. With me over there, the Arena Cross Regional Champion, Daniel Blair. What's up, DB?
What's up, Steve? One to go, and I know weather is like a big topic when it comes to dirt bike racing, and I think you're going, I believe. Low 80s, high 70s, beautiful. Like, what a way to end the Pro Motocross Championship, because I think these guys have been cooked a couple times this summer, and other than the mechanics that I heard today are going to be down at that start area, which I think is kind of bad, outside of that, a lovely ending to the summer, so enjoy.
Yeah. Buds is fun. Buds has been the final round before, like in the early 90s when they first came on the circuit. So it's cool to see Buds being back to be in a final round again. And it's a great track. I've raced it ridden it a few times, I should say. I don't like the start, the MX Nation start they put in, but other than that, man, it's a cool track. It's a great venue. A lot of history there. Fans are cool. And then there's a fantastic like crab lobster place south of Waldorf on the right side. Kellen, you ever been there? I don't know if I forget the place. It's all white.
I haven't been to that restaurant, no. I've only been to Bud's once.
It's right on the water, so you get like crab and lobster. Oh, it's fantastic. So people who know will know what I'm talking about, but I may be going there Friday night. Anyways, Bud's Creek, lots to get into. First couple things, I guess. I did think of you, Daniel. I think your name may even have come up on Monday night on the Pulp Show. So we had Eddie Ray on. Our buddy, mutual friend. You worked at Next Level for a little while with Eddie and Jessica before you settled into the role at Club. And I've known them for 25 years. And nice people, friends of mine. Eddie co-hosted the show a bunch. We know he got busted. The kid got busted at Loretta's in the PW50 class. We talked about it a few times on the different shows. Eddie said, hey, I want to come on and tell my side. So we had him on Monday night, and what'd you think?
I'll start with kudos to Eddie for taking the leap and coming on, because honestly, he didn't have to do that. I mean, it was old news. It was kind of fading off, but he wanted to go on there and explain, and obviously your relationship with him allowed him to reach out to you. And I did hear what he said. He did mention me because he wanted some verification from me on his little guy Knox, and I'll back up some of the things that Eddie said. Knox is going to be a car racer. He's going to be a car racer, but he happens to ride the motorcycle because he's on the motorcycle facility. But he usually is driving by at 100 mile an hour in his go-kart, barefoot in underwear, and 50-50 shot. He flips me off too when he does that. That's how it was back when I was there. So that's little Knox for you. And he is definitely not like a all-in moto kid. And so to verify what Eddie said, I will verify that. And he is an arena cross kid. He races in the wintertime, and it doesn't treat the summer stuff as serious. Now, I think that they obviously got the kid pretty dang good over the spring and into the summer, because not only did he make it, but he went on to win 2 motos and the overall as far as grabbing those checkers. So, again, kudos to Eddie for having the bravery to go on And I will verify that little Knox is not really a dirt biker. He's going to be a car racer someday. But I will say, though, Steve, I have to be honest. I don't think he did himself that many favors, though. He took a while to get to the point, which the point was they didn't think he was going to win. And that's the moral of that's the overarching part of the story here, was that I don't think they thought the kid was going to win. Maybe sneak under the tent in a moto. But in all reality, Knox kind of burned him, man. He won 2 motos and put himself on the map at Loretta's, and I don't think that was a plan. So a tough go, but also I felt like Eddie he took a long time to tell the story and probably.
But Eddie, you knew he was going to take a long time to tell the story. I could have told you that.
I do, but I think the longer it went on, the worse it was. I think a simple. I'm just being honest. I know Eddie. You know Eddie. If he would have just got to the point and said, "Hey, I'm sorry, we messed up, and I did not think my kid was going to win, and he did, and damn it," that probably would have been it, and it probably would have been fine. But I think he just talked a little too much. But I will say I love the kid. Eddie and Jess are great. I feel bad for this whole story, but yeah, he didn't need to reopen up the door and then explain everything that he explained. He could have just said it could have took 2 sentences and an apology. I think it would have been done, but
just fall on the sword, right? And don't say that other people are cheating, and don't say that this or that. Just fall on the sword, and we move on.
That would have been the easier plan outside of just not coming on. Like could have just let it go. But I will verify the things that he did say and involved me in, which is he wasn't lying about Knox. Right. He's a little car racer kid who won Loretta's, and they were not expecting that to happen. And he ultimately burned them by winning that moto. So. Yeah,
no, it was something else. A lot of comments, and I mean, Eddie said, the social media stuff, and he wishes he could tell everybody sorry or whatever. But in 2025 on social media, when that happens, you're going to get a lot of holier than thou people that are going to go after you, and rightfully so in some cases. Don't get me wrong, but you're going to get piled on. It's bullied, and piling on is what social media is made for. So
heavier consequences these days for anything that the masses feel is unjust, and obviously cheating's no good. And dude, I mean,
look, Brian Deegan got busted with a big bore, I don't know, in Texas or something. It still follows him around a little bit. You still get the comments. Yeah,
it does. Oh, they're cheaters. And it's like, well, that happened like long time ago, but it does carry, and you got to be careful of that. But again, if the kid gets 11th every moto, people are probably whispering because obviously you could tell, but putting that thing on the top of the box was the worst thing that could have ever happened to them. And Knox just decided that he was going to ride the absolute race of his life. And
but then not to keep going on, but after you win, that's it. Pull out. Tell the kid the bike broke, fake an injury. I don't know, man. No, but after you win the first moto, be like, okay, we're out of here, because you are taking, as Chris Kiefer said, you are taking the limelight, the interviews, all of that stuff away from other kids. So
yes, and there was a simple solution. I'm not going to name the rider. I will say where it happened. It was a race in Mexico that I went to with a dear friend of mine who did not really want to participate in the main event, and he may or may not have had 3 pounds of pressure in his back tire on purpose because he wanted to get a flat right away, and he did, and he was out by lap 2, and oh my God, what happened? And that's what I would have done. I would have mechanically jacked that bike. I would have DNF'd somehow just to let it go away. But the kid ended up going 2-1 and won another moto. He won the third moto to clinch. So I would have manually DNF'd somehow. That way the kid didn't know, and he would have been just sad and blamed his dad for that instead. So I would have DNF'd.
Okay, moving on. Jett Lawrence, we had him on the Pulp Show Monday night. I do want to talk about something he dropped in that interview that was kind of interesting, I thought. But before that, Daniel, you raced at a high level. What was sicker, his pass on RJ around the outside, or the 4th to 1st in 2 corners in Moto 2?
I think I like the pass because it was just so long and you could see it coming. You're like, oh wow. It built, and it was so rad. But I kind of like the first lap pass because in this sport, we've gotten to a place where everyone is really good, and it's hard to make passes. I mean, not everybody can come through the pack. A couple people can. And for him to be able to make those passes that quick like that in a sport where passing isn't super easy, I was in shock when he did that. And I think even JT was on the broadcast, and he started talking about UFOs or something. I don't know. He went into a whole nother planet with the commentary because he didn't know what to say. It was so unreal. But I will tell you what I actually liked more. I liked some point in the moto, they went to the drone shot for a long period of time. The announcers didn't speak. It was just drone and Jett. And that 30, 45 seconds was some of the best riding I've ever seen in my life. It looked like a video game. It didn't even look real. And I'm watching Jett and just going, I don't see how his eyes can see the sport this fast and it not be scary to him. He was taking those edges. Those edges were dry, kind of those dry ruts on the outsides. And he was wide open through that stuff. Like, I feel like even in that one moment of 45 seconds, I got a new level of respect for Jett just to be able to see it like that. And obviously the no commentary helped because we just had nothing to do but just watch him alone. But if you can go back and watch, for all you fans out there, go back and watch that again, or someone clip that, do something with that, because it was probably the 45 coolest seconds I've seen all year. And Jett's a freak. To me, that was the best moment of the day. Was a
I clinched another outdoor title, top 10 overall in wins already. And what I wanted to say was on Monday night, talking about, the workload and what's great about being Jett Lawrence and what's bad about being Jett Lawrence. We kind of asked him those questions, and he dropped in like, just a lot of work and everything else until you're 30 years old. Kind of said that. Kind of said like, you do this till you're 30. And look, that's 9 years away. I think he's 21 or 22. 22. That's 8 years away. So lots of things can change. Eli Tomac's put off retirement 2 straight years now when he said he'd be done. So lots of things can change. But I did find it interesting, maybe checking out when he's 30. The path he's on, he might be the all-time winner outdoors by then. Yeah. I don't know about indoors because that 72 is really up there. But either way, he'll be number 2 in Supercross, number 1 in motocross, maybe have 8 titles, big bike titles, and be 30 years old and be out of here. I found that interesting that he happened to just say 30 years old. And we'll see.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he's throwing a dart out there because it's a big, bold number. But in reality, I would say there's going to be 1 point before 30 where we'll have to be asking this question, and that's at 27. I mean, we just kind of got word that he signed that 5-year extension. We know he's going to be around for at least that long, and we'll see how he feels after 5 years, because it is a lot of work. He's going to win a lot. He's going to be really, really, really rich, I think, in 5 years. I'd say he's going to be okay there. And so I would say before we get to 30, let's get through 27. And when we get to that time, we'll be talking about this, Steve. Like, what's he going to do? What's he going to do? Is he ready to check out, or does he want to go 3 more years? And that'll have to do with, it'll be based on how many titles he has, how many wins, what the landscape is like. I mean, is he crushing everybody for the next 5 years, or does he get a challenge at some point that gives him the urge to keep going? Because even Eli, I think Eli had unfinished business. If Eli wins that Supercross title and doesn't tear his Achilles, I think he's out. I think that was the send-off, but I think that remotivated him and gave him unfinished business, and now he's kind of stuck in this I'm not done thing. So we'll see. 5 years from now, I think we ask the question first, and then we'll see if he gets to 30.
Eli's been really, and maybe part of it is because it's near the end of the year, but to me, he's been more accepting of these defeats when you get a chance to talk to him. And, look, he's made his money, he's made his championships, and he's going to win some more races before he hangs it all up. I think at some point it does get a little easier. Like, I remember Red Dog, Tim Ferry, telling me, this is Tim Ferry Cowie days, after I was done with him. He's like, dude, I don't do much in season. I don't do a lot of bicycling. I don't do a lot of practicing. I rest. I'm older. It makes a difference for me. I remember one time Nick Way and him we were having a few drinks somewhere. I don't remember US Open or something. And Nick was asking him about training, and Nick is just so intense, so gnarly, right? And Timmy was telling him what he was doing, what little he was doing. And Nick was blown away. And Timmy's like, and this was like Timmy podium. This is like Timmy 08. So like podium outdoors, podium indoors, here and there, like really one of the good guys on Factory Cowie. And Red Dog was like, dude, I don't do that much. It's I just need rest. So, I almost wonder if Eli's like, man, I don't do that much. I need the rest, and it's all on autopilot for him. He's one bad dude, knows how to ride a bike. So maybe it gets a little easier, DB, after 30,
Breaking news, Steve Matthes claims that Eli Tomac doesn't work hard during the week. And
hashtag skip Redbud.
Hashtag fireworks. You're going to get lit up twice in 1 year by Eli.
Yeah.
I know
You know
what
what
you're
I'm saying?
saying.
Yeah.
But I would say where you went with it first was the accepting of the defeat, because I think in the beginning of the year, he was fired up to win. I mean, you saw the way he was riding. He was on the edge. He was falling a little bit. And I think that was because he really wanted to go after Jett. And as that reality slipped further and further away, he almost has settled into where the current reality is. And I don't want to piss the Tomac fans off out there and say, like, it's over. But to him right now, this summer's over. He's not, I mean, he's moving on. He's not winning this title. I think he accepted at least this summer, and maybe had a little bit of a reset with the mood because he's accepted it. Now, does he go into the offseason and go, F that, like, you're going to get the best of me come Anaheim 1? Or is this more of a, well, Jett is a freak, because I think he has earned his respect this summer. I mean, Eli, I think even likes him. I mean, he laughs at him in the podium or in the press conferences. I actually think Eli likes him. So we'll have to see what next year looks like, what the attitude is in January, because he definitely has kind of accepted this summer for what it is. But I would think offseason he'll turn it back up and be back to the old stoic Eli who's chasing wins. So
yeah, maybe so. But yeah, I think so. When we talk about Jett aging, maybe when Jett gets to be 27, 28, and Hayden's got his number a little bit or whatever,
or at least is driving him nuts.
Whatever. And Jett, like, I fully believe, you'll never convince me otherwise, Ricky would have kept racing, except he saw James and he was like, I don't want to do that. This guy will kill himself to beat me. I'm rich. I'm all-time winner. I'm the GOAT. I'm out. So, at 27.
Well,
so Jett,
what about Dunge? What about Dunge with Eli? Eli pushed him to a limit that year in Supercross that I don't think he wanted to do that anymore. I know exactly what you're saying. When you are that successful, that rich, right around that period where you've been through it for a long time, it starts feeling annoying. I mean, RV left early. I do think that at that age, he's going to have some soul searching to do and figure out how much more of this he wants to do, because it's not easy on him. He's not playing around with these guys all the way. He has to work hard to be that great. How long do you want to do that if you have $50 million in the bank? Like, how long do you want to keep doing that? Especially if Hayden's talking trash to you every week on the podium and on Instagram. I mean, dude, that's coming. So we'll see how he feels in 5 years.
How old is Hayden, by the way? 19? Is he 20?
He would be 20. He's 2 years behind Jett in age.
Yeah, actually, that's right, because they're saying
he's
he
still
wasn't
19.
even an adult.
He's still 19.
So,
19?
January 10th, 2006. So he'll be 20 at A1-ish next year.
Wow. Okay.
So,
yeah.
So he's actually he's Jett's 22, Hayden's 19. So maybe Jett 27, 28, Hayden 25. Maybe there won't be that much of a difference then. You know what I mean?
We'll see, and we'll see if Jett wants to deal with Cole Davies when Cole Davies gets up there someday. So.
All right. Next up, speaking of kids and being fast, DB, Landon Gibson. So Pookie and I went out on Friday night. I got a late start to my Saturday. It's 3 hours ahead in Unadilla, #skip Unadilla. And I woke up, kind of like had coffee, and then was perusing. I didn't watch Race Day Live. I didn't do anything. Perusing qualifying. And I'm like, wait, what? Like, because I was thinking about Landon Gibson for fantasy, Pulp Mix Fantasy and all of that. He didn't make it. Now, look, Jeremy Martin didn't make his first 2 Supercross main events of his career. And that Supercross is a little different, yes, but J-Mart turned out okay. So this is not sort of like panic button here, but holy crap. When I was asking Kellen and Lewis about this, well, not so much Lewis, he's clueless, but asking Kellen and, other people that follow this closer, they are shocked. And Daniel, I imagine you are too, because you have touted Gibson for a long time.
So I'm going to start with the positive, and it's going to last about 10 seconds, and then I'll get into the rest of the negative, because I have a lot of negative to say. The positive is if this kid goes on to be what I think he can be, then it'll be a super rad story to tell that, hey, remember when you didn't make your first national and then you became this? That's the only cool part of this whole story, is if that happens. Outside of that, this is all bad. So I will say, and I don't care if I get a phone call after this, which I'm sure I'm going to, because I'm about to say something that's not super nice. I'll start with him. I do believe in accountability of the rider. The rider is responsible. He's on the bike. It's on him. He got 38th in times. He crashed 3 times in the LCQ, and he did not make it. That is on him. But you are 16 years old. You are at a place that has plenty of experience on the property, plenty of people there to help develop you. That's what's happening when you're 16. You're being developed. You're being molded. You're being created into what you're going to be. And the fact that this has been a problem for a year and a half, maybe 2 years, and it hasn't been addressed is on the coaches like 95%, because this kid's qualifying. He's a terrible qualifier.
Okay, so sprint speed.
Early.
Sprint speed.
It's not even sprint speed. It's just early in the day or early in the week or early in the moto. He is a choo-choo train that takes a while to get going. It's been a problem since B-limited amateurs on stock 250s. It's been the same problem. And the fact that this hasn't been addressed and fixed by his coaches is on them, because that kid works his ass off and will do whatever he's told. But when you go to Redbud Combine and you are 14th in times, 6 seconds off the leader in qualifying, and you go to the gate, 14th gate pick, and then you smash everybody, you leave that race and you come home and go, wow, you're riding very good, but we got a real big problem to fix in a month when you have to go pro racing and you have to qualify through lap times. And the fact that that wasn't addressed, wasn't fixed, that is on the coaches. And I don't care who calls me about it and tries to explain this away. It's unfortunate for the kid that he had to be that embarrassed, because it's embarrassing. I'm embarrassed by it. My tail is still between my legs over this, but I was furious on Saturday, and I almost made some bad decisions through text, because it was a glaring, obvious problem with a kid who does almost everything else right. And you have to fix that. That is your job when you're developing a kid, is to fix the big problems. And it was a massive problem that's been there for 2 years. So sorry I'm heated, but again, I do care about that kid, and I am embarrassed over it, as is he. I think he's going to be fine overall, but that was a terrible, terrible day. And I put that one heavily on the coaches, straight up.
What would you do to improve that if you were said coaches? How do you improve that? What do you work on? I mean, obviously, everyone's got eyes and ears and can see what you're saying.
Yep. So the first thing you do is you go to the data, which is you have 15-minute sessions. This is how they do it in the pros. You can go back and look how every rider qualifies. Every rider's a little bit different. They do it on some on the early laps, some on the later laps. And what you do is you go and simulate that in practice. Now, I know this kid can do 35-minute motos all day long. He's the most fit 16-year-old on the planet. And I'm sure they've been doing that all day, every day. But you simulate 15-minute qualifying sessions, and you actually simulate it, practice it, data. You have a board, you go over it, you do it over and over and over and over again, especially after Redbud, when he was that bad in qualifying, and he's 6 weeks away from racing his first national. So you simulate the exact thing that you're going to do that you happen to be bad at, and you judge him daily on that. And if that means you skip a 35-minute moto here or there because you're going to go and do this specifically, you do that. And you know what he gets out of that? He probably qualifies 25th, because it's not going to make him like number one, but it at least gets him in the damn moto so he can go do the 35-minute motos. And I don't believe that's happened. So again, maybe this week it has, but it's you simulate and you put a scope and a laser focus on your weakness, and you fix it. If a mechanic had a motorcycle that's back tire got a flat every moto, but everything else was amazing, you think they're not going to go and figure out why the bike gets back flats? They're going to go figure that out and fix it. And that has not been done with a kid that is really good at everything else. And that's just frustrating to me. So,
yeah, no,
sorry.
Race Tech rant, Daniel Blair.
Very.
I can't think of a factory rider not qualifying out of amateurs, like when it's happened, like Zach Bell and Justin Bogle and Jamar. I started like going through my Rolodex a little bit. Derek Drake, Jordan Bailey. I couldn't think of anybody that hadn't made it.
No, again, he 38th in time, so missed it by 2 spots, went on the gate for the LCQ, and I guarantee you, oh my God, that kid was probably in a scary place, and he crashed, I think, 3 times.
Yeah,
he doesn't do that either. So
I heard he was really fast in the LCQ, but just kept crashing.
Just blow by a bunch, crash, blew by, and then it was out. And it just unfortunate. Again, the only thing I'm going to hang my hat on here is that I do believe in him long term. He is a very high prospect and a great talent. And if he becomes special someday, we can joke about the time he didn't make his very first national, and that'll be a rad story to tell only if he gets to the promised land someday. So Landon, figure it out, buddy, and get there someday so we can laugh about this, because right now there's no laughing at all.
Kellen, did we hit the panic button, Kellen? Panic button?
No,
here?
definitely not. I mean, DB's right. Like, that is his weakness. It wasn't addressed, and it is what it is. I think he'll make it right in to Buds this weekend, and then I think he'll actually have pretty decent moto scores, like where people will be like, where was that a week ago? But it was just that he didn't have the motos to show it. So
I mean, wouldn't you, at very least, I don't know what goes on at Baker's Factory. I do believe Baker's Factory is a very much cookie cutter program. They are not working on weaknesses, specific weaknesses or anything else. You are doing exactly what everyone else does. Right or wrong, I do believe it's a very, here's what we're doing and we don't care what you want to work on or how you feel. But anyways, getting to that, surely to God though, like Nate Ramsey or the dad or someone was like, hey man, latch on to whoever. Latch on to Garrett Marchbanks. Latch on to
he was in B. He was in the B.
Oh,
the first
yeah.
one.
Sorry.
He was in B. He had no one to latch on to. Again,
well, Dudney, right? You could have latched to Dudney.
Well, even Dudney's was weird. He popped one on at the very end. He did the old late sneaky Purcell thing. So
okay, all right.
No, there was no latching. It was just a muddy mess of him out there getting roosted around in the middle of everybody. It was planless.
Okay, all right. And then Dudney's performance. I'll ask both of you, but what do you think, Daniel?
I mean, the polar opposite, badass. I mean, unbelievable. And it's funny because if you go through history, you'll find these rookies that had great debuts. Eli is the prime example. Hangtown that year was just jaw-dropping. Yeah. But if you look at Jett's debut and you look at Hayden's debut and you look at Chase Sexton's and you look at Hunter, those are the four that I've recently looked at because they're worthy of looking up. He did way better than all four of those did in their debut, and he was the same age as Jett. He has like very close birthday to Jett Lawrence, so he was just turning 16 like a couple weeks ago, and did an immediately 16 years old, got my license debut, and that kid almost went 7.5 for 5th overall, which blew everyone else's in this last recent generation. It blew all their scores away. So now, does that mean it's a guarantee he's going to be one of those four? No, but I think it's very obvious to anyone with eyeballs that kid has it outdoors at least. And he was not afraid of the moment at all. He was so composed and just chilling up there. He actually was under pressure a lot and then just pulled back away from guys that were all over him a couple times. So, no, I'm not surprised at all. Maybe in the number scores a little bit. I didn't know it would be that good, but no, he's incredible. He's absolutely incredible, and that he proved it.
Kellen, what'd you think?
Yeah, I was blown away by his like consistency, his ability to like really last both motos fairly easily and run with those guys and not be like shell shocked by the names around him or what he was doing. So I was genuinely impressed because I thought at some point you would see either a fade or a crash or some sort of bigger mistake. And he was mostly mistake free throughout the day, which I think is the best way to start a career for him.
Oh yeah. Very composed for his age.
Brayton's trying to claim him. Claims he was born in Iowa and then went to Texas. So JB's trying to put him in with Gavin Faith and Teddy Mayer and everybody else. But I don't know if we can. I don't know if we can do that. But that's where JB's at right now. So
that sounds good.
All right, we got lots more to talk about here on the Troy Lee Designs Race Tech Blair Matthes project. Thank you, Firepower, firepowerparts.com, Club MX guys, using the batteries. Using anything else from Firepower, DB? You guys, do you know?
I think I told you this before, and you laughed at me, but I don't really pay attention to the bike. That's not my department.
Yeah, you did.
They know better. They know better.
Firepowerparts.com, loading ramps, stands, batteries, great tie downs too. They got those tie downs that loop around the handlebar and then loop to the hook. Firepowerparts.com. Thank you to those guys. Max's tires as well. Shout out Jack Chambers, broke his femur, I guess, on PRMX guys. He uses Max's tires. As Max Miller does as well over on the International Supercross race team. Kay Clayson, of course, Hunter Yoder, all those guys, PRMX guys, International Supercross race team using Max's tires developed by Jeremy McGrath. Check them out. Not bad if you haven't thought about Max's tires for your dirt bike for a while. And then, of course, their mountain bikes tires absolutely rule. I love the minions out here. And also thank you to the folks at Alpine Stars. Alpine Stars protects. You know the gear. But they also make protection gear as well. They make that really super cool Tech Air thing that's coming out soon for people to try. The airbag inflation chest protector. What an innovation from Gabrielle and everybody at Alpine Stars. They also make knee cups and elbow guards, chest pros that go under, or over, I should say, or under, whatever you want. They got the A1 plasma that I run under the jersey. So check out Alpine Stars Protects for that information. So, and of course, Troy Lee Designs, Race Tech, all on board with us. All right, DB, we got to get the fraud in this one because I don't know if he knew this was coming, if it saddened him. I don't know if the award-winning LVK show talked about this or not. Tom Vialle has decided that he doesn't want to ride for France for Motocross des Nations. Look, it's in Ironman. He just went 3-3 there, rode really well. He would be a good addition to that team and help the French guys out with Renault and Febre. But he said, no, I forget what no chance means in French. I forget. But anyways, he said no mas to the French team. Kellen, can I get a reaction here?
I mean, yeah, it is crazy that he's not going to do it given all those, circumstantial reasons. But I do think that he's maybe already looking a little bit bigger picture about this Honda contract in MXGP because he's going to need to test that bike to get ready to race it in Paris. So, I think there was too much stuff that was about to happen that he just figured, skip it.
But dude, it's October 4th. No, Paris is November 15th. That's enough time.
I don't know, man.
Do you think some of it is like, screw you, KTM?
No, I don't.
He did want to stay, right?
I do think that maybe a little part of it is just he's had a bit of a tumultuous relationship with the FFM in getting even involved in this event in the past with logos and this and that and stuff. So I think when it doesn't fit perfectly, he's out. You know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what.
I would say too,
if
he had another year with KTM, then I'll bet he does it. Remember, this whole contract thing is typically a September 30th thing, and we know that Eli and Chase have been able to do what they're going to do. But maybe he was just like, yeah, this is a reason that I don't have to do it, don't want to do it. Get me home, get me started on the next chapter. Why wait around a couple weeks and do this? And again, he is racing Paris. I know he's doing the World Supercross in Australia too on that Honda. So he seems to be getting into Supercross mode on the Honda and probably wants just a head start on that. But I would say contractually, that probably has a lot to do with it too.
Okay. I think, to me, this is a little bit of like, hey, KTM, I wanted to ride for you in America. You guys lowballed me. I got to go to Honda MXGP for a couple of years at least. And so I'm out of here. Screw you. I'm not representing KTM any more than I have to, which is the Vegas SMX round. But because otherwise it's just, I don't know. All right. That's the news that came out this week. Daniel, Justin Cooper leading the SMX points right now, Supercross. RJ Hampshire, Motocross, led laps for the first time at Unadilla. Who's been more impressive?
Oh, man, it's fun. First thing I'll say is, we're very star heavy in the sport right now between Eli and Chase and Cooper Webb and the Lawrences. But Justin Cooper and RJ Hampshire have had two the radder seasons. And I mean, the calendar turns, right, Steve? So we get into motocross and we forget Supercross, but Jay Coop's last 6 to 8 weeks in Supercross was unreal. Remember, he was breaking through, popping off the screen. Well, RJ's kind of done that now. He's like the summer version of that. So in comparison, I think the RJ one is more surprising for sure. I don't know if it's better than Justin Cooper because of what he was doing in Supercross, but there were some injuries that were helping with that. So I probably lean Justin Cooper a little bit because Supercross, I think I would be a little tougher for him than outdoors would be for RJ. But I would say surprising for sure, RJ. I thought he would be okay this summer. And even the wrist thing and not even know if he was going to ride. You and I together on this show over the summer have been blown away multiple times, and I feel like I get more blown away every week. It's something new every week. I mean, now he's on the podium, and now he's leading laps, and now I'm just being mind blown every week, and I think he's going to be great at Buds. He's good at Buds. So to me,
he's really good
shocking.
At Buds.
Shocking goes to RJ. I still think what Justin Cooper was doing in Supercross was, I mean, I didn't see that one coming either. So I'd go 52-48 J Coop a little bit. Where are you?
Yeah. No, I think we won't have any debate on this one because I agree. Cooper's season was a little more impressive. He stood in the box more. He was fastest qualifier, all of that. So I would go J Coop. But RJ did make a podium. Great job, but it was induced by Jett's penalty, all of that. Budds Creek is a great track for RJ. He's won there before, so maybe he'll legitimately get on the podium this weekend. Either way, he's very impressive. He's the only 250 rider in history that said he was better on a 450 and then actually was better on a 450. So good job. But I lean J Coop just because, like you said, we had some really great rides there for Justin Cooper going back.
I mean, he was in the middle of the Sexton Webb battle for a championship, and he was like being discussed as a problem in that battle. Like he was, who is he going to help? He was that good that he was in the middle of a championship battle between two absolute dogs in Supercross. So, and he's been rewarded with that, obviously, and his tenacity to stick the season out. And he's going to be number one, seeded into the playoffs, number one, which is pretty rad for him.
Do we want to go Prado Corner on this pod too?
As long as we take another angle. What angle do you want to go with it? Because I mean, I don't know what to say about Unadilla. Like, I guess what happened, Steve? Where
well, I don't know if you heard, but hashtag skipped Unadilla. I was on my couch. His lap times were brutal. They dropped off a ton. Back to the drawing board so somebody I talked to at Kawasaki said that they had the best practice day on Tuesday that they've had all outdoor season. So Tuesday practice session
this week, just
before
happened?
Unadilla. Before Unadilla. Sorry, before Unadilla was amazing. And coming off the Ironman finish, which was really good. This person was looking forward to great things. And then Unadilla came and Jorge crapped all over everyone. Yeah, I don't know, man.
Where does this go? Where's this go?
Yeah. He's going to KTM, I would think. I really do.
Yeah.
This is not, hey, I'm reporting this. Steve Matthes is reporting this. This is me guessing. I think he goes to KTM. I think that, we couldn't build on the Ironman thing. He is giving up in the motos. You can see his lap times. You can see his body language. And, yeah, we're going to end up there, I think.
What are the odds he races Charlotte?
Good. Yeah, I think
Still
he does
good?
SMX. Yeah, I think he does SMX.
Out.
Yeah, he finishes out.
Yeah,
and then that's it.
I mean, they were testing Supercross during that little bit of a break too, so it's not like, I mean, that's what's weird, because if you're doing that, I don't think that's just Charlotte. You would think maybe you're just getting a little pre-foundation for the future, but maybe it was just pure Charlotte and just getting some things right for the one or two rhythm sections that SMX will have. But yeah, I'm with you. I think he does finish out, and then if I had to guess, I don't know if it lasts anymore, man. I was on the side of thinking it would work itself out over time and they would just slow build, but it doesn't seem to be slow building. No. It seems to be slow falling apart. So.
His agent was at Unadilla at the race, so he was there. There's lots of rumors of him riding the KTM already during the week, trying it out. Lots of rumors about that. So yeah, I would not be surprised. Cowie's like, hey man, it's not working out for us, and Jorge being like, it's not working out for me. And we'll see you later. So,
hey,
I mean,
just again, I'm not to bring up an old story, but that's what happened here at Club a couple weeks ago with Federstoff. And it didn't have to get dramatic and bad. Both sides were okay with it. And if that's what happens there, and both sides are like, hey, it didn't work, we're okay, thumbs up, then maybe both end up on the better end of it. That's the goal in a mutually accepted breakup, when not one side's getting boned by the other one. You know what I mean? So maybe it ends smoothly. There's a history of that in this sport a week or two ago. So
to me, if he does it, he's taking a huge hit in pay to go to KTM. They don't have anywhere near the money that Cowie has to pay him. Again, he'll make a lot of money, but I honestly would admire that a little bit, that he is putting it back on him and being like, it is the bike. Watch this. Do I think it'll get better to where he's running with the Lawrences? No, I do not. But maybe. I admire him for doing it if it does happen.
Yeah, you're right. The one thing I admire is the courage, because essentially you are saying, you're not just saying it subliminally and leaking it through some interviews very softly. You are saying, I'm going to walk away from a long-term deal with good money because it ain't me, it is that machine. And that I give him credit if he does it, because that is a heavy gamble, and that's pretty ballsy. But yeah, credit for the courage.
Troy Lee Designs, Race Tech. Stay tuned for the fantasy results, by the way, which are getting exciting with one round to go. Stomp Grip, stompgrip.com. These are the panels you can put on your bike to give you some more traction on the side, whether it's moto, whether it's off-road, whatever it is. These frame grips, grip tape and frame grips give you the control you need to stay locked in. They're engineered for the high friction zones. They reduce your arm pump, improve body positioning, protect your plastics and frame from wear and tear. That's maybe the best part. Stomp Grip has custom dirt bike kits designed specifically to fit your bike. They offer universal dirt bike kits that you can cut to fit to create your own grip tape. Go to stompgrip.com to learn more about it and punch in PulpMX25 for 10% off. PulpMX25 with the Stomp Grip guys. Thank you to them for coming on board. TLD, Troy Lee Designs, Race Tech as well, on board with this show. Okay, so we're going to an SMX, a couple SMX thoughts, and we will do a show before Charlotte as well. So we'll dive into it then. But a couple SMX thoughts. One, Christian Craig not doing the LCQ for the 450 guys. I think it's just a team thing. Just, Star a couple years ago didn't send, I think, Thrasher or somebody to the race. Anstey is going to do the SMX. He'll be back for that. But I was talking to
Benek would be in that too.
Benek would probably not go
because he's not in the top 20 either. So
right.
And I believe if Lux Turner is able to get in and pass RJ up, then I believe 19 of the 20 guys will be on the gate, I think, which means only one extra LCQ spot. So 3 LCQ spots, which is going to be tight in the 250s.
Your guy, Cole Davies, came back, scored 0 points at Unadilla. Now, he's not a moto guy, but I don't think anybody had him not scoring points. If he doesn't score points at Buds and Lux has another sort of okay day, Cole Davies will get bumped to the LCQ. But I can't see Cole Davies not scoring points.
I honestly do think for Cole, tough round to come back on. Unadilla's track was brutal and probably not a positive way. Because I like brutal. I like a brutal track, but that track was not very it wasn't super great. And I think he probably got a little shell shock out there. And I think he'll be way better at Buds, as will Gibson. Those two, again, those are my boys. And I think they'll both bounce back. So I don't think Cole is really, if you're Lux right now, it's pure math. Just get to RJ. I think he's got it. I think at Redbud, Lux had his best race of the year, and the points that he got at Redbud would get him past RJ and gets him in without having to catch Davies or Schwartz. So if I'm Lux, I'm just going for the kill shot. Go get RJ's points and don't count on someone else's failure to get in. Just go get it done yourself.
He's 18 back of RJ. So that's a pretty good day for Lux Turner, but he could do it.
Yeah, it's you're near 10th both. I mean, you're 10 up and 12 both motos.
Dylan Schwartz crashed out at Unadilla. I don't know his status, but he's in 20th. Dylan may not race this weekend. I mean, he got hurt, so we'll wait and see that.
That would ease it up for Lux big time if that was the case.
Okay. All right. So I was talking this week to Suzuki rider, from Germany, and nice guy, pretty good rider.
You guys are cool. He hit you back.
Yeah,
up?
We're good. He found the whole thing very funny.
Yeah, yes. You got super insecure for about a week.
Well, because can you blame me? I got Tomac coming at me. Hey,
Tomac hits you and then Roxon ghosts you in the same week. You're like, dude, what's happening? I may as well just give up and be like Lewis, where nobody likes me except for one guy. Okay, so anyways, and he brought up a point, and I agree with him. And I've said this before, but that's just me, media guy, saying it. This is a rider saying this. Like, who thought that it would be a smart thing or it would be good to have SMX points and have 17 supercrosses and 22 outdoors count towards your ranking? Like, why wouldn't they be equal? What is so bad about taking your best 17 outdoor results and making it SMX points? Like, it does weight the outdoors heavily. It helps privateer guys more, which I'm down with, but isn't that fair to some guys? 250 riders, of course, only do 8 supercrosses, and then the 250 privateers do 22 motocross races. Like, at least make them 17 best outdoors. I just don't know why outdoors should be weighted more. I like the SMX idea. Cool, whatever. But he was like, well, yeah, but why is that? And I had no answer. And I've said this. I told him, I said, it's definitely something come up on my show. But, I mean, what are your two guys' thoughts? Kellen, you want to go first?
Yeah, I mean, I think that they need to do something to even the both sides a little bit more, because it's hard to score points in Supercross. Like, not that it's easy to score points outdoors. I'm not trying to say that, but to even make a main event and get into that whole upper echelon of the sport, because it's like really when all of the best guys seem to be on the track too, it's hard. And then the fact that you have more and more guys sneaking closer to getting in over guys that, in my opinion, worked harder at the beginning of the year to do the heavy load doesn't seem like a fair balance. So whether it's cutting points out, taking your best results, or even making it so that we have one less race outdoors or something like that, needs to happen to at least make it so that it's a bit more fair.
Because 450 MX guys, I mean, it's the old story, injuries and whatever else. We got these guys just gobbling up points like Pac-Man, and like the Supercross guys are like, hey man, WTF,
Yeah, I agree with you guys, and maybe that's just one of those things the easiest way to do it is you just give them all the points-paying motos for the races that they do in the points, and that's what it is. That's what it currently is. You would have to complicate things a little bit to fix it, but that doesn't mean it shouldn't be fixed. So I'm with you guys. If that means that your best 17 outdoor scores count and you get 5 throwaway, they have to fix it, because I do agree with you. It is heavily weighted in the direction of motocross, when Supercross is still, I would say, I hope I don't get in trouble for this one, but Supercross is still seen as more premier overall, but yet outdoor does. You get 2 motos a day to get your points. They do take 40, so it's easier to get onto the gate itself. You're right. It is heavily weighted towards motocross, especially in 250. I didn't even realize it, but on 250, it's way lopsided weighted. So I don't know how they fix that one. Maybe unless you go to an overall system for SMX, but now you're confusing everybody. I don't know, but Kenneth ain't wrong. That's off.
Here's where I stand. It is easier to score points if you're in the 250 class. It is easier to score points in main events in Supercross than an outdoor moto in the 250s. 250s is stacked because of the field.
And it's split the region, so you do have to. Okay, yep.
Right, but the exact opposite happens to 450s, where the 450 outdoors is easier to score points in than 450 Supercross, and then also motocross is way harder on your bike and your body and the temperatures. So if we had some throwaway motos, cool. We have more DNFs outdoors than you do indoors, just from a body and bike perspective. So just drop 5 rounds of outdoors. Let's just do that.
Well, the one thing that they have been willing to do, at least I think we've all seen this, is they've been willing to change and try things. I don't think they've been, there is this thought that they're all stubborn, but they're not really stubborn. Between Triple Crowns and SMX, there's a lot of creation and changing and futures, and I think, to me, it's just one of those things where it's like, oh yeah, that does seem a little off. Let's see what we can do to fix it, because it isn't probably right. And this sucks for Cody Schock. Obviously, he didn't race 450 Supercross, and he's had a good summer, and he's on the outside looking in barely, but he's got a good shot at getting in now. But Guillaume would be a prime example. Guillaume has had a good summer, and right now he's in, and that came from 22 motos of doing really, really well. So, and is that fair if he was to beat Justin Hill? Does he deserve a spot more than Justin Hill on the gate at Charlotte? That seems weird to say, because I feel like Justin Hill is a little bit more premier at the moment, in general. So maybe it's one of those things that just, oops, this is kind of, let's see what we can do to fix this thing. And it takes a rider sometimes to be able to do it, because if you and I are bitching about it, then, well, guess what? It's just, they're just whining. But if Kenny says it, then maybe there's more weight. So
I'm surprised this hasn't been addressed. I've asked the powers that be over the years, and everybody just kind of shrugs. The 2 Jasons that bought and paid for frauds of SMX, they don't care.
Hey, the meme last week. Pac-Man
Hungry
meme.
Hippo.
Thanks
to
Hungry
those.
Hippo.
We got a couple of them. That was fantastic. Kellen,
Unreal.
you saw that? Yeah, it was great, man. Thank you
Unreal
for doing
work.
that. Just grabbing.
They were proud. They loved it. They weren't ashamed at all.
Wygant said not giving the money back.
Yeah, they were stoked, but it was a great job, whoever did the animated one. Oh my God.
Yep. The hungry hippos just pump up SMX, get money. It's fantastic. Seat Concepts, Pulp 25 to save 15% off Seat Concepts. Factory Beta, Phoenix Racing, Ampro Yamaha, SLR Honda, and several other athletes in the motorcycle industry using Seat Concepts. Dual sport stuff, moto stuff, all of it. Race 2.0 to the Comfort Series. Check them out, seatconcepts.com. And Zool's Bag Co. as well. Pulp 25 code to save with Zool's Bag Co. They got moto gear bags, they got sports, they got backpacks, they got carry-on bags, all of it as well. Canard, Osborne, Pastrana, Triumph, Phoenix Racing using Zool's Bag Co. ZULZ bagco.com. Check them out. They got real high quality, real world use, are just a couple of reasons why Zool's Bag Co. Rules. So check it out. Use the codes to save Pulp25. Use code SAVE Pulp25 to save the Seat Concepts or Zools. Appreciate that. And of course, Firepower Maxxis, ASV Levers, Decal Works, Stomp Grip, A-Stars, Troy Lee Designs, and Race Tech as well. All right. So speaking of SMX LCQ, I saw Mitchell Oldenburg and Benny Bloss were out motoing together. I assume it was in California, out in Beta. Those two will be in the LCQs. Daniel, if you were a team owner or a rider, would you go to the LCQs at all 3 rounds? Would you incur the cost of going St. Louis, Charlotte, Vegas? It's going to be tough. You've seen the number of guys in these things. Would you go? Because we've seen guys just not line up.
Man, it depends on who it is. Obviously, if you're talking about Benny and Mitchell, they're pretty dang good. They had really good Supercross seasons. In fact, they would be two of the prime examples of what you're talking about. Like, they're bumped, and they were really good all through Supercross, but didn't perform an outdoor, didn't really go at all. I think they maybe did one.
No, they did three. They did three, but it didn't go well. Yeah,
it didn't go well. So
sorry, Benny did three. Mitchell was hurt. Yeah,
that's what I thought. Yeah, I thought Mitchell was out. So if you're them, the super motocross part has always felt more supercross to me than the motocross. I know that it's a hybrid and it's a bridge, but it feels more supercross. And so it makes sense for them to be there. Beta had a very good presence this year in supercross, so it makes sense. But that's a West Coast team. They're in California, and that is getting across the entire United States.
That's what I mean. That's why I bring this up. Right.
If you're the rider, you believe in yourself enough, you're like, heck yeah, but the team has got to really be willing to foot a cost and a possible embarrassment, because if one of those guys doesn't get in, that just is that's not a good look.
So let me ask you this, Daniel. If you're Tim at Beta, we know the money for SMX goes to the teams. Now, many of the teams just slide it onto the riders. It doesn't matter. But even like Factory Honda takes a cut, because these 3 extra races and all the expenses, like you just said, fuel and everything else. If you're Daniel Blair Racing and you've got like a Superman cape on the side for like a logo, and LBZs, your team wears LBZ. Yep. How much you taking of the purse, and how much are you giving to the riders?
Well, okay. If my team is well funded and we're pretty healthy, I probably just do it for them, because again, I would want my riders to go in and make cash.
Let's say you're Julian at PRMX, like you're a privateer team, which are in these LCQs.
Then I probably sit them down and just negotiate a deal and say, I'm willing to put some upfront costs, but I'm going to need some back. And it's not just because I want my money back. It's because I would like to be prepared into the offseason for you. And I believe both of them are signed into the future. So if it's me, I'm sitting them both down and saying, look, this is going to be way, way, way out of our pocket here. And can we work on doing this together in a way that doesn't jeopardize our offseason? And I just drain a bunch of money so you can make a bunch of cash. So I would just sit them down and talk to them about it. And if they're good dudes that are going to be there a while and they're under contract, you probably could have a pretty civil conversation about it. So, but I would ask them to help for sure. I'd ask them to at least allow me to recover the best that I can. And I would also probably reach out to the promoter and be like, look, man, we're being asked to drive all the way across the country here. What can we do? Can we do some VIP? Can we do something unique? Can you allow us to be able to incur some of these costs? I would just ask for help. I would ask for the help just to go, not to make money, but just to not go into the red. So,
Kellen,
I would definitely do what I could for the riders. That would be my priority, is to find a way to get them paid without just bankrupting myself.
Kellen, how much you taking?
I mean,
for your team, start your systems.
I don't know that it would be like a definitive percent or anything like that. I think it would have to be almost like based on performance of what they get out of it as well. Like if they hit certain thresholds, then the percent maybe goes up a little bit, because it's like if they're getting 22nd place, they're not, or 20th place, they're not earning like that much more money. So you'd almost want it to go back to them.
Yeah.
But if they're getting 10th, maybe a little higher percentage, because they're actually still recouping a lot, $80,000 or something like that. So maybe that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
I agree.
Just curious. Yeah. It's funny because in my discussions, it's a little bit of all over the map. Some teams are like, no, they get all the money. Some teams are like, no, we're taking some. And even Factory Honda, like I said, fully funded Factory Honda is like, we're taking some money because it's costing us to go to these races. So it's an interesting dichotomy. I do intend to go around and ask a little more this year on what teams are taking and what they're doing.
This got a little buried in the news, but did I see that Monster has signed on to be the title sponsor of the SMX playoffs through 2030?
Yeah,
that did happen, right?
Yep.
They didn't make a big deal about that. They didn't really talk about it. That kind of just came out and went away. But I believe SMX ain't going nowhere for a while through 2030, I believe. Right? Is that right?
Yeah, I think so. It'd be interesting. I think the Peacock deal's up in another 2 years, so they've been stoked from it, according to the press releases, which you can't always believe. But so we'll see what Peacock says as well, as far as paying Feld and MX Sports more money.
That was a lot of the upfront. I do know that from those earlier talks a few years back that funded this, but that would go away, and maybe Monster's going to. But I guess the point I'm trying to make is it sounds like it's healthy enough to keep going. They're going to keep doing it. So
Yeah, I think so. Before we do the fantasy results here, we got ASV and Decal Works on board. DB.
yeah, that's right.
Thanks, Bob, for the ASV stuff this week. Thanks.
Bob's a bed, dude. I need to get a new closet at home, dude. I am. Look at my shirt, dude. All I wear is ASV now, but he also has the best shirts. But anyways, Decal MX, from beginners to seasoned vets, race teams, project builds, and magazine tests. Decal Works' mission is to cater to those who love to ride, upholding the true definition of quality, service, and knowledge. Visit decalmx.com and use the promo code PulpMX25 to get 20% off your custom graphics. And ASV Inventions, celebrating 25 years as the inventor of the original, unbreakable, adjustable motocross lever. The latest colorway is, of course, the MX Pro Pack Plus in red, white, and blue. ASV is now accepting racer support. This is a big one, Steve. Racer support applications for the 2026 amateur and pro race seasons. And for all you amateur families out there, ASV is they're incredible with rider support. This isn't like one of those. This is an advertisement to get you to go to hookit.com, go to MX Sponsor, because they do work with like everybody. They're the most aggressive. One of the most aggressive companies when it comes to amateur support that I've ever seen. So go there and sign up, or go to their website. ASV products are tested and used by the AMA Pro racers. And the code is PulpMX in all caps for 20% off. Go to asvinventions.com.
All right, sounds good. Again, thank you to all the sponsors. Thanks for the codes. Kellen, so the award-winning LVK show was this week, and I haven't had a chance to listen yet, but you put in the title, "Can't Get the Apple." And I wanted to save it for this show. What does that mean? Who said this? What is it referring to? Can't get the apple.
See, this is why you need to listen, Steve.
Okay.
It was a part of the podcast where we were talking about Isak Gifting's incredible ride in MXGP, Kevin Horkmo, and the season he's having. And Lewis equated it to, as he put it, it's like Adam and Eve, but they can't reach the apple, and the apple is factory teams. And those guys just can't quite get there.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
That's a
title
wild
out
one,
of it.
man.
But
I mean, I get it. Yeah, I get it. I mean, you could maybe, make a case for some other guys over the years. Well, Gifting's been, I feel like Gifting's got flashes, but they're not a lot of flashes. But he has had flashes for 2 or 3 years now. But like not consistently.
Not like that one, though.
Yeah, no,
that was
definitely not like that
incredible.
one. He's
right.
He's really talented. He was really good on several occasions in MX2 as well. His inconsistency is definitely why people aren't taking a shot at him. But I mean, on the flip side, like Horkmo has been consistently very good.
Like Horkmo is like a diesel, just 7 to 10, motoing along, not ever flashy. Like Horkmo doesn't lead laps or come from way back, but he's just, yeah.
So there you go.
Can't get that apple.
Can't get the apple.
Can't get that apple. That is the weirdest one I've ever heard. But that Gifting, that was, I was on the edge of my seat screaming at that too. That was incredible, and I feel gutted because if he would have got it over the damn finish line,
Malin was having a stroke. Yeah, it was great to see.
He had no choice. It was incredible.
All right, time for the fantasy fantasy game. I don't know. A TLD race tech. Let's just do that. Okay, so 1 round to go. Unadilla, Ken Roxon. The fraud gave me Ken Roxon. I said 7th. He got a 5th in Moto 1, but then he pulled out. And depending on who you talk to, it was either cramps or I'm over it. This track's sketchy.
Or both.
So I said 7th. He got 13th.
Are you cool with that? Because for Kenny, I weirdly am. I'm like, that's fine.
Yeah. No, dude,
I didn't care. Anyone else, I'd have been like, what? But for him, I'm like, I'm just happy he's there.
I will say this. When he came back on a 250F last year, I was like, dude, this is going to be gnarly for him. He doesn't understand the mentality, all of that. And I think I was right on that one where he was like, F this,
Anyway,
didn't
come back around and do it again in 25.
Cody Schock, I said 10th. He got 11th. Good job by me. Faulkner, I said 13th. He got 16th. He didn't have a good day at all, Faulkner at Unadilla. Here's where I got screwed by the fraud. He gave me Landon Gibson. I said 12th because Daniel told me. And he didn't qualify, as you know. And shades of Enzo Lopes in Supercross. 28 spots because we count him as last. We count him as 40th is what happens when a guy gets hurt or whatever. So,
yep.
Yeah. 28 spots. Daniel, you had Ken Roxon also. You said 6th. He got 13th, 7 off. Dylan Ferrandis, good job. You said 7th. He got 6th. Way to pull that one out. Caden Dudney, you said 16th. The kid crushed it at 11th. So you were 5 off there. But where you went south was McCall Harrup, who broke his collarbone. 34 spots. He crashed early in Moto 1. Didn't start Moto 2, obviously. So 34 off. So with 1 round to go, I won Supercross, but 1 round to go. I'm 207 points off. Daniel is 195 off. So 12-point difference with 1 round to go for the bragging rights for myself and Daniel for the Blair Matthes project. So, Kellen, please make my picks good this week, please.
Yeah, no problem. I'll first off start off by saying, Steve, I'm surprised you did not give your buddy Ken Roxon Blue Jays infield legend Munenori Kawasaki's prompt or idea of what he does for cramping, because I think that would solve Ken Roxon's problems. No?
What was it? I don't remember what Kawasaki said.
He said monkeys all eat bananas and they never cramp, so you need to eat a lot of bananas.
Monkeys never cramps because a monkey everyday bananas too.
Munori was a legend.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, he's good.
Munenori. Yeah.
Munenori.
Yeah.
All right. We'll lead off with
By the way,
DB.
Fraud, if we're on baseball corner here, your Padres just got swept by the Dodgers.
We're coming back, bro. We're coming back. There's still games. There's still games in this season.
Right.
We're going to lead off with Daniel this week, though, as he is playing defense from the lead, and we're going to lead off with a hard one. Jorge Prado.
Oh God. Your range is big. Listen,
what if he doesn't show up? What if he doesn't show up?
He's very start dependent, and Buds is a start dependent track. So Daniel, I would think he's going to get starts, and maybe he can hold these dudes off.
This could burn me so bad, but it could also clinch this thing for me if I get this right. Let's go. You ready for this? 6.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I thought he was going to pull a big one out there for a second.
Nah, he's down. His pride is shattered. Steve's right. Good start, and not a lot of passing on that track, and good weather, and some hilly stuff. We'll be okay. 6.
All right.
And then for your second 450 pick, I'm giving you guys 2 guys that are actually in a weird points battle trying to get into the top 20 in points. But this one for you, DB, Roman Pep.
Ooh, he rode Supercross today, actually. I watched him and did a little SMX with him today. And he actually looked pretty good. So how's that going to work? Let's go. Yeah. 16.
All right.
16.
16th for the Pope. All right. To the 250 class, Ryder DeFrancesco.
Ryder's been doing better. His start's been good too. Let's go. Let's end it strong with an 8.
8th for Ryder. And last but not least, Ayo Power Sports, KTM's Avery Long.
Avery. Seems to have one good moto, one bad moto every week. That makes this hard. But I'll go 19.
19th for Long. All right, Steve, down to you.
Those are
off.
hard, by the way. I feel like this is the hardest week of the year, Kellen.
Not making it easy on you guys, all right? Leading off, Justin Barsha.
9th.
He's really stable.
Yeah, 9th.
All right.
Dude.
And then this one could get wild. Henry Miller.
Oh, come on, man.
No, okay, we're good. Go ahead.
Wait, you're gonna give us each one factory rider. Fine.
Yep.
Great. No problem. Then you're gonna give Daniel Pep, who's raced every round, got a base of results, is pretty solid, and you're gonna give me Henry Miller, who hasn't raced every round. Drops in and out.
Dude. You want to trade? Let's do a trade. You take Prado, I'll take Barsha. I'll take Henry Miller and Barsha. You take Pope and Prado. Trade.
Yeah.
We do trades?
Okay, fine.
You want to do that?
Whoa. Really? Because I will
great.
do that.
Because Henry Miller, good guy, he can go anywhere. Pope is pretty solid.
Prado can go anywhere, dude. Are you kidding me?
Do we have a trade? This could be big time right here.
Yeah, I'm in.
down.
I'm in.
I'm down. All right, then go Prado Pope, and then I'll go Barsha Miller.
All right.
All right. Prado, I am going to saw it down the middle and go 8th. So I'm protected against the 12th. I'm protected against the 5th. Okay, I'll go 8th for Prado.
Okay.
Okay.
And Pope, what did Daniel say?
16th for the Pope was his.
I will take 16th as well for Pope.
All right. So then DB, I need to go back to you apparently.
Barsha. 8. And Henry Miller 16.
You guys,
16.
you guys are insane. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Yeah, I'm good with it.
Let's go back to Steve now. Can't believe we just pulled off a trade. Julian Beaumer.
Ooh, good Unadilla for Juju. He got contacts. Who knew?
Yeah. There you go.
I'll go 6th.
All right.
Damn it.
6 for Juju. And last but not least, Lux Turner.
Club MX's Lux Turner?
I don't believe so. I don't believe so, Steve.
Lux needs a good ride. Like we talked about the SMX points, right? He's been very solid. A 14-14 gets him 16 points. Yes, 14th.
All right, 14th. Good luck, fellas. Going to be close.
All right.
Oh,
I'm
man.
12 back. I'm 12 back, and I cut that Prado right down the middle to help myself.
Prado's either getting 3rd or 20th, dude. One of the two. He's not getting 8th. I'm good.
I need
I'm
to go
good with
find
the
him. He told Lewis that he wasn't happy with me, which is fine. I don't really care, but I do need to find him this weekend and be like, "Hey, man, are we good or what's wrong?" Because that's how adults handle things, and we'll see what he says. But
No way. You just go on Twitter. You handle it on Twitter.
Yeah, really, right? Okay, all right. Well, cool, great show. Fun to watch. Thank you, everybody, for watching and listening, and for the comments, of course, and all you guys slamming DB in the comments on YouTube. Man, I can't believe you guys. Cannot believe you guys.
It's harsh.
Really bad.
It's harsh. I don't know how I deal every week, Steve.
I don't know either, Daniel. God, it's tough. Troy Lee Designs, Race Tech, Seat Concept, Zools, Firepower, Maxxis, ASV Levers, Decal Works, Alpine Stars, Stomp Grip. All on board with us, and use the codes, people, and save. Support the show. As always, thank you to Kellen Brower for all of his hard work behind the scenes. He's building this thing and getting it out there. And check out the award-winning LVK show for Kellen Brower and the other guy. And check out all the Pulp MX stuff, Main Event, Moto, all of that. So, yeah, thanks, everybody. Appreciate it. One more to go, and then 3 SMXs. See ya.